trigger warning. There are only two genders. Sorry folks, only two. Male and female, that's it. But what about the intersex, progressives yell? Intersex proves there are more than two genders. It proves transgenderism. Really? Last time I checked, intersex individuals were born that way. It's a biological condition. Transgenderism or gender fluidity is not. You see, progressives always bring up the intersex to prove there's a third sex, or 5 or more. But it doesn't prove it. Having ambiguous genitalia, or smaller than average parts, or some parts of both, does not constitute a whole new gender. No, these conditions are classified as differences or disorders of sex development. You hear that? Differences or disorders, merely deviations from the norm. Something happened in utero that did not go according to human design. Much like someone who's born with, say, half a heart, or someone born without arms and legs. Their existence does not prove humans don't have a whole heart, or that humans don't have arms and legs. Likewise, the existence of the intersex does not prove humans aren't male or female. And let me ask you a question. Are any of the famous transgenders actually intersex? Is Bruce Jenner intersex? No, he's an XY male parading as a female. So you can't use intersex exceptions to justify your propaganda. Or they say biological sex is separate from gender. You can identify as any gender you want. Sorry, no, you can't. Your gender is absolutely rooted in your biology. That's why 99.7% of the population identify as their biological sex. And those that don't, well, there's a term for that, gender dysphoria. And it's a psychological disorder. When a person doesn't identify with their sex, they're hurting and suffering from a psychological issue. Much like someone who has anorexia or body dysmorphic disorder. Those who suffer from it need support and help, not rainbow-colored flags and progressives pushing them towards surgery. That's like saying an anorexic person needs to get liposuction. You're not doing the loving thing by telling them lies. Your ideology is extremely dangerous. Your gender is not a feeling, it's a biological fact. And there are only two of them. That's because biological sex is tied to reproduction. And since there are only two parts to human reproduction, there are only two genders, male and female. Only a male and a female can come together to reproduce. Only a male sperm and a female egg can create new life. There are only two parts in this puzzle, binary by design. That's what science taught us. But it seems it took progressives to mess that up. And today, we hear them talk about 70 different genders that they just made up. Talk about denying science. Sorry, your feelings do not change the facts. Because no matter how many genders you wish there were, there are still only two genders.